Hello, this is Father Michael Nasser coming to you from St. Nicholas Orthodox Church here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with this week's Midweek Reflection. And today I'm reflecting on the topic, I'm entitling this Failure to Yield. And where did I get that topic from? Well, I was in yet another car accident. I've been in a whole rash of them since coming to Michigan. I think I had 2 or 3 my entire life before coming here, and then it's been a whole string of them since I got here. But anyway, I was driving down 28th Street here in Grand Rapids, going at a normal speed, and somebody was going to make a left turn right in front of us, going into Burger King. He must have been very excited about that Whopper because he didn't see that we were coming in the opposite direction, and we collided. Thankfully, no one was really hurt, just my daughter and I in the car. And the officer came on the scene, make sure everybody was okay, and then he let us know that the other driver was going to be given a citation. And you guessed it, the citation which was for failure to yield. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, failure to yield sounds so mild. I've just been in this pretty jarring car accident. I'm looking at my car with the entire front end bashed in, his car with half of one side bashed in. The tire, instead of being vertical, is now pretty much horizontal. Pretty jarring experience, and what are we going to call it? We're going to call it failure to yield. And I thought about that phrase, and I thought, it sounds so mild that we might not realize how really destructive it can be. Think about in our interactions with each other, that we get into discussions or sometimes arguments or just differences of opinion, and how often we just don't yield. We fail to yield. We fail to just step back and go, I'll let the other person go first, or I'll be the one to really consider what they have to say. It's just really easy to fail to yield. We live in lives where we forget that other people are just as important as us. And what do? We go barging down the road or driving down the road, and figuratively, of course, and we just fail to yield to each other. And we might think it's not a big deal, and yet, just like that car accident, 2 wrecked cars with just the title failure to yield. So I think we ought to do that a little more. We need to yield to each other. Step back. Give the other person the right of way. Let the other person have their way. Let the other person's opinions be the ones that we put our attention on. Go, let me yield. Let me really think about what they have to say. It doesn't mean we have to give up. It doesn't mean we can't have our own opinions. But to yield to the other and to consider them, and even consider above our own as a way of dialoguing and communicating to come to the best resolution to things. So failure to yield is a bad thing when it happens to cars. It happens between people. And then one more thing I want to bring out here. Sometimes we fail to yield to God. God is the one who knows best, who loves best, who knows exactly what we need. And so often we want what we want, and then we fail to yield to Him. I was preaching on Sunday about how often we want to put the church under our judgment. And by extension, we never say it out loud, of course. We put God under our judgment. If God agrees with us, then He's okay. But if not, guess what? We're going to fail to yield. Well, that's not the right way, obviously. We want to yield to God. He is the one who created this entire world. He created everything. And then He sacrificed everything to save us from the bad situation we got in ourselves. So we really need to work on yielding to God and not be given a ticket of being failure to yield to God. And with each other, of course, to yield more often. Step back, give the right of way, give deference. Use these 2 ears in the proportion to the 1 mouth we've talked about before. And do a whole lot more yielding to each other, and then, of course, to God. I hope you found this helpful. If so, please share it with your friends via your social media or email or however you do that. And God willing, we'll see you in next week's video.